You left the kids at the house to go follow her to Ruth Chris, sir? Really? We following her to... Baby, what in the world? See, that's the kind of shenanigans I'm not a fan of. John Terry is a prosecutor for the state, and in his opening, he states that Jermaine Bass was supposed to be at the house watching the kids while his wife Shirley went out to a birthday dinner for her sister at Ruth Chris. He left the children at the house to follow her to Ruth Chris. Sir, really? You couldn't even put them in the back seat or nothing? You just left the kids at the house? Dismissed. He also stated that he confronted her vehicle, and her niece China was actually the one driving the vehicle, and he pulls around them in his truck and gets out and goes to the driver's side and is like, "Are you drunk?" And it's China, and they looking at each other like, "What in the world?" And then he gets back in his vehicle and leaves. This man completely left his kids at the house to go watch and see what she was doing at a birthday dinner. Says a lot. I really enjoy how the state started their opening statement. He went into the verbiage, like he repeated the exact verbiage that Jermaine Bass stated to the police when he was starting to give his recounting what actually took place, and that is how he opened his opening statements. He went directly through that verbiage, and I thought that was a very powerful opening. These are the words that he used that came out of his mouth. These words have meaning, so I thought that was a very clever way to do an opening, is to go into his verbiage and say it like he said it. I love that. That was a very good starting point in his opening statements for me.
I was trying to take out the magazine and it went off. They was both in bed. The evidence is going to show that he left those kids, drove all the way to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Basically followed Shirley Bass. We also have video of his Nissan truck pulling out and leaving that residence. You're going to hear from China that when they were driving away, as they were leaving Ruth's Chris, there was this truck behind her that was really driving aggressively and scaring her. This truck pulls around her and stops in front. And who gets out of that car? Jermaine Bass. Gets out of that car angry and goes up to the driver's door thinking that it would be his wife in the driver's seat, but it was China. So he looks at his wife and says, "Are you drunk?"